welcome for doing that, man.
Test.
Test, test. It's on? Hello? Working? No, we're not doing that. There's not enough payoff in that, man. Get the momentum back. Looks like Seraph. A lot of fun. Treetrunkz right here. Alright, let's see if he can get out of this, which he does. Alright, with the super. He's not too happy about that. Alright, so trying to find an opening, looks like, but he gets caught up in the soup. Oh, that is good. You cheeser is right. And that was painful to watch, even on mine, you know. Alright, let's see what they got going on. Let's see if treetrunkz gets that counter to the box on stage. What happened? I didn't even see what happened. I understand what just happened, man. Alright, let's see what we got here. Oh, with the boxing ring. Ooh, Seraph should be really sad. I can see he's definitely should be afraid right now. I don't see any fear just yet. Maybe he just doesn't know what's in store for him. Looks like treetrunkz confused though. Oh, the hazards are turned off. Oh, better luck next time. Better luck next time. He cannot cheese this. He has to play fair and square this time. You can see the disappointment on his face. Going with that corner pressure. There we go. The corner combo. Looks like he doesn't need his shenanigans this time around. Seraph zoning him out. How is he going to respond? How is he going to get in here? With the super, I guess? That's working. Just one more hit should do it for him. It's easier said than done. Okay, there we go. Oof, and treetrunkz caught up in the... He thought he had it, but he got caught up in the mix-up. Oh, but he does have it. He does have it this round. Alright, good job. Good job. What do we got now? Okay, starting off strong with the heavy. He's caught up with that mix-up right here. Now being zoned out. How's he going to get in there? Oh my goodness, this is not good on the treetrunkz side. He's getting that combo pressure right there. Try to get out of the corner, but this caused more demise. Catch the Starly real quick, and we'll get back to commentary. Oh my goodness. Zoned out into a super. Oh my goodness. Let's look at that electrocution. Looks like there's an electric chair right there. Let's see if he has a way in this. It's definitely going to be a hard one for him, especially without his stage hazards. And get that ensues. Alright, round 2 going to Seraph. What else have we got? Ooh. Getting caught up. Ooh. There we go. Super his way out of there. There we go. Let's go. Let's go. Combo your way out of there. Alright. Your way out of there. Try to stay close. You don't want to jump up. What do you have to take this out? Zoning. Get out. I might have spoken too soon because it is. There we go. There we go. Right. One more hit. Oh man, so close, but now it's definitely harder to get. Super, will this be good? Nice. Ooh. Oh! There we so oh, treetrunkz out of there. Right, here we go. Winners finals, let's go. Finals level of drop. Best of 5, let's go. Alright, starting things off. Already calling in his assist, causing some mad chaos here, zoning him out. Gets him to the corner, where all the madness goes on, getting mixed up. Strungo trying to burst out of there, gets out the corner a little bit, but still, nothing going on. Quarter still nothing from Strungo. Oh, wait a sec. Got something going on here. Onistar burst out of it, Strungo get out. Getting the combos going. Onistar in the corner, but he got to get out of there. And gets it with his assist. Next round. Let's go. Starting off, calling. This looks like it's the same set from last game. That big game in the corner. Here's the forward this time. It's still falling for it slightly. Double bracket next week. In 2 weeks. That is some scary news right there. I don't know who I'm shooting up with. We want to use it. I definitely know Jack's not going to team up with me. Really still very upset about me saying him lose bracket. Now, I'm not on to play this game for the record. Still not doing. Just made something happen, I guess. Onistar takes game 1 over Strungo. Alright, we're gonna see some new characters. Same characters. Always Phoenix. Alright. Getting into game 2. same characters, Shiver Skull versus Azatron. The same setup it looks like, but Scrungo is learning. I guess it's just a good setup to be going on. Now, Onistar trying to zone his way out of the field. Keep out games to oh my goodness, the hazards are making the stage even smaller. It's very hard to be zoning out. Looks like this will be in Scrungo's favor. The stage is just the stage is going from stage to stage to stage to stage. Looks like Scrungo's confused. He got confused himself and he just got flabbergasted by this change. Let's see it. Onistar is taking advantage of how flabbergasted Scrungo was. Let's see what we got. The Cyclops-like super into the dive kick. Trying to make something happen, especially with... Oh, but he finds his way out of the corner. But then Scrungo getting in, landing that dive, getting a combo, but that's no match for Onistar. Getting this back up. Alright, let's see what we got here. Valkyries being set up, bursting out of there. Oh my goodness. Scrungo bouncing around everywhere, and it is Onistar. Same characters, going with the Iron Man skin this time around. We're gonna see more players. Maybe this won't be such a mystery factor next time. Maybe this will be a main stage right here. I apologize, stream. I got who was playing which character picked up really on the stream. I got it now. Looks like it's Scrungo the one using the pirate, making some heavy moves. Oh my, Onistar. Scrungo gave them perfect right there. What else we got? What else we got? Oh, anticipating the landing of that barrel right there. Again, not it. What we got? Start getting into that dive kick. Big combo off that. Whip. That's going to be very that's the first time he ever got on this game. it. First game for Onistar. Stay. Go game number 4. Let's see what we got going on here. Scrungo pulling out his cannon. Definitely good setup right there. Onistar out of there. Now he's got him in the corner. Trying to put that pressure on Onistar. Very good anti-air from Scrungo right there. Well, first guy is going to go to Alright, what do we got? With that big damage combo. Onistar responding to the Cyclops laser. Scrungo bringing out his laser. Setup going on. Scrungo. Oh no, that's Onistar all the way in. That is it. Scrungo moving on to grand final. Alright, we're getting into it. Not paying attention. Let's see what's going on. Got Masterbox versus Seraph. Starting things off. Seraph way. Okay, there's your heavy hit with throwing out the star there, kind of throwing out. Combo setup right there. Shinobi responding, putting up a setup of his own. Very slow projectile, that's a dangerous tool right there. Let's see what he learned. Let's see what he learned in those 45 minutes of labbing in the other room. Right. At the corner, Seraph with the corner pressure. Now out of the corner pressure. Definitely Shinobi responding. Definitely throwing out his tools, trying to get out, but Seraph breaks out here. Now Seraph trying to all the mix-ups in there, all of the trying to play my game. They'll be right here. Right. Fire projectiles, ground projectiles, into the super. That is it. That is game 1. Round 1 going to starting off like Seraph going. It's going in the middle. That was the first game, yes. Forming the TO of what game we are on. Alright, let's go. Game 2, let's go. Shinobi starting things off, but Seraph gets the next on his side. Shinobi. Oh, are those stage hazards? Are those saw blazes coming from inside the stage? That is something we gotta watch out for. Alright. Seraph doing more keep out. Oh, Shinobi falling victim to the saw blaze. Seraph falling victim to the saw blaze. Shinobi once again into the saw blaze. You know, I'm going to be commenting more about these saw blades than I am about the actual match. Alright. Let's go. Shinobi's got saw blades of his own, but they are no match for the stage saw blades. That's what he is hurting right now. But he does have the lead for going out saw blades. Hot. Seraph. Looks like that's going to be it. Shinobi takes round 1, game 2. Starting off with the air projectile. Seraph takes in finds that open. Oh my goodness, these saw blades. I never know what the doors are not on this stage. Shinobi falling victim to that cross-up. Air movement. Seraph is the radio man. More saw blades. Barely misses one of that like, oh, but the saw blades is a lot more close to gotta watch out for not to stay off with the saw blades. Round 2 going to Seraph. Alright, back at it. Shinobi starting things off, but gets caught in the saw blaze. That could have been a lot more damaging if that saw blaze was not there. Right. Shinobi got saw blaze of his own, like I mentioned. Seraph does not have saw blaze. He has a much more damaging projectile than damage. He got both of them. Oh, get hit by the saw blazes. Oh, and again. got, Seraph with the low. Another Soblin. Into the super. I think this is death right here. Nope. Game 2 going to Seraph. It was 1-1. Alright, what stage is Shinobi taking? Now, let's see if he has any tricks up his sleeve for trying to get this going in his favor. These people want the shark. Are any of them going to give them the shark? What stage is Shinobi thinking? They definitely want something that's going to annoy Seraph. See the thinking in his eyes up there. Let's see where he's going. Oh, this one is a dangerous stage. The stage shrinks, the stage drops, this stage causes chaos. Alright, let's go. Game 3. See if this will work in Shinobi's favor. Had struggles first game. The second game, actually. He did fine the first game. Starting off. Seraph with the sweep. That's a big damage combo. The stage continues to shrink. They have very little room to run away from each other. Let's see how badly this will affect both players. Getting caught up in Seraph's combo. That is not good for Shinobi right there. Let's see if he has a way out of this. There isn't really much way out of this as this stage continues to shrink. Into the super, let's see how much damage I'll do. Now it's even game. Back. Oh, but Seraph bursts out of it and gets momentum. So Shinobi bursts out of what Seraph's got going on. Alright. These walls are not good for either player. They're just causing a bounce off to make every move vulnerable. Let's see what we got going on here. Alright, last game, last round. Let's go. Shinobi staying alive. Seraph staying alive. It is all going to come down to this round. Alright. Already Shinobi's stuck in that corner. How is he going to get out? There we go. Finds a way out. Throwing his projectiles. Trying to get this going. Does not want to be eliminated right before losers finals. Right there, he's getting the combo, he's got the lead. Seraph does break, trying to get the momentum back on his side. Oh, and that is tough right there. That is a pretty big combo going there into the super. Alright. Let's see here. Shinobi bursts, but still gets caught up in the reset combo. into the super. That might be it right there. That might be it. Alright, they're getting into this. Their colors are correct. They fist bumped. Now let's get into it. Alright, there's an interesting stage right here. I don't think we've seen this yet, but there are no hazards, it looks like. We don't start off the rounds with hazards. Alright. Looks like Onistar has to work on getting in. There are a lot of big keep out tools. There's something going on here. Onistar getting that momentum back. But no. Oh, but still, might be put back. Not losing that corner pressure. He's going back, getting that combo going. Alright, let's see what they got going on with us now. Alright, a lot of corner pressure, especially very going to deal with any season fighter. Especially this one right here, a lot of busting down, a lot of shenanigans. We saw throughout today. Dive kick, there we go. Way out of it. Oh, that laser did not work. Seraph taking round 1 for game 1. This is first of 5. First of 5. Alright, what we got going on here? Alright. Seraph starting things off strong. Getting Seraph into the wall. Seraph responding with a heavy low. Definitely got some corner pressure for himself. With a side switching into the dive kick. There we go. Seraph, Onistar, getting his way back out. Seraph. Looks like Seraph's got to watch out for that side switch. That's going to cost him so much. And the side swap like super. That's definitely going to cost more than what he just did. Onistar taking game 1. See what they got, what kind of stages do they have in store for us, what is Seraph going to go with? They are discussing this right now. Are they going boxing ring? They are hovering over boxing ring. They are no longer hovering over boxing ring. They're going to the graveyard. Subspace Embassy, the stage is what we like to call this one. Let's see what they got going on. First of 3. First of 3. This first 3, this is losers finals. This is first 3. This cannot be updated. The score cannot be updated, but the name from it. Oh. Okay. Alright, what we got going on here? So, we got Seraph. We have a very good view of what's going on here now. Now we got the Subspace Embassy stage. Looks like Onistar trying to get the oh, there's a stage hazard on this thing. I did not know. Seraph falling victim to all of these lasers. And he is getting lasered out right now and dive kicked out, but he is able to burst out the dive kick unlike the lasers. Alright, what we got here? Seraph, those stars have been playing him well all throughout the night. Let's see if that will continue on. And that sweep too. I'm pretty sure that sweep was minus, but we are not being able to react to that well. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. Oh, the lasers are back, but both players managed to dodge it. Oh, and he gets caught up with that air-to-air. Seraph taking round 1. Alright. Oh, right away. Onistar catching him with the chain, causing some massive damage, and again resetting with the sweep into the lasers super, the Cyclops super, which does heavy damage. That is gonna be tough. You know, Seraph is gonna really have work cut out for him, trying to get the momentum back on his end. Catch this nuts. Excellent. Alright, back to the game. Alright, more Cyclops-like supers. Oh, but Seraph responding to this super confirm on his end. Oh my goodness, that is... Let's see what's going on. Both players trying to find an opening, moving around. There's a lot of room to move around on this stage. The Subspace Embassy stage in this game, but not too much room, because you gotta watch out for those lasers. Those lasers are not kind. Alright, that's Onistar taking round 2. Wow, it's round game 2. Let's see what we have going on here. Once again, Seraph falls victim to those chains. I wonder if he's going to anticipate the sweep this time, but that's still got it. Looks like there is no sweep, but there are still lasers. Now, that is not something you want to have. Alright. Onistar supering his way out here. He's still in the corner and still getting mixed up on all these traps. The star, and now getting hit after hit in the corner right now. Oh my goodness, Seraph using the stage to his advantage, getting a combo with the stage hazards. Oh, and looks like Onistar lost to that stage hazard right there. Alright, so 1-1. Best of 3, remind you. 1-1, best of 3. They're going back to getting their characters going on, and they'll be discussing the stage shortly. Let's see what they discuss. Oh wait, they're not discussing anything. Onistar has control. He's thinking. He's got the finger on the chin. Really thinking about it in his eyes right there. Really. He's going with Nightmare World. Let's see what type of hazards are in this one. Alright, let's get things started. Game 3. Let's get things started. The score is still set at 1-1. And for the 3rd time in a row, starting things off with that chain. And it looks like he's still got crazy big momentum. He did get burst out, but he did find a way to still keep things in his favor. Alright. Oh, but Seraph finding an opening. Let's see if Seraph can keep the momentum, but looks like Onistar's finding a way to dodge any type of tricks that's going on his way. Onistar setting up traps. Both keep out, get in, and just overall hesitation, keeping Onistar guessing. Onistar with the chain, getting good damage combo. Oh my, looks like something's going on here. I think that was a stage hazard. That shadow thing definitely causing some hiccups right there. Onistar dodges trouble in the corner with that teleport. Alright, round 2, game 3. Let's go. For the 4th time in a row, starting things off with the chain. He's just predicting that jump. If I were Seraph, I would stop jumping. You know, that's happened 4 times in a row. Definitely something. Oh, watching out for the stage hazard. It does catch Onistar, but Seraph does avoid it. Oh, wait. Something's going on here. Seraph is saying something. But they're still going. Yeah, I guess it wasn't too much of a concern. They're still going. Looks like Onistar trying to get some momentum going on his end. Alright. Both players trying to find an opening. Onistar is very good at predicting when the jumps can go. He hasn't whipped many of those diagonal chains. He seems to be landing most of them, if not all of them. Yeah, there's one. Alright. Onistar, it's like one hit away from taking the next game. He's gonna get with the super, and he does. So the score is 2-1. Onistar, one game away from making it to grand finals. This run back is not going in the favor of Seraph. Discussing the stage. They're going on iced caps. I wonder what's going on in ice caps. You know, they're often going to be very excited about this stage change. Alright, what we got going on? Game 2 starting. Alright. How are we going to start off? Okay, so I guess looks like Seraph learned his lesson. He's not jumping in. We got hit with that chain 4 times in a row. Now we have a neutral game here. But Onistar with a dive kick, going in the opposite direction of the trick that worked earlier in the previous matches. Oh, but I guess that dive kick is minus because Seraph did punish, getting in that sweep as well. You know. What we got going on? We got the diagonal. Alright. Let's see if Seraph let's see if Onistar can out that corner right there. Because there's a lot of I was trying to block some tools to get out that corner. Let's see if Onistar can himself out of there. Okay. Not seeing anything crazy with this stage. Seraph was very excited to choose the stage. I have not seen anything yet. Maybe we're in for a surprise here. Alright, there we go. Onistar with another big combo from Onistar, getting it off the slide into another grab into lasers. Definitely reminds me of when I used Devil Jin in Tekken 8. So let's see what we got going on here. I guess those are some projectiles. Maybe it's projectiles. There we go. So we got projectile on this stage. We got a little tool. We have an item that kind of works like that little Goomba thing in Smash Bros. Alright, Seraph with the block string, trying to get a lot of pressure, putting a lot of pressure on Onistar. How is Onistar going to get out of this? Alright, I mean that, let's see what we got. We got the approaching game from Seraph into the start, into the projectile. Oh, and that does some major damage. Alright, oh, Onistar responds with the super, but Seraph blocks, and that does not do a lot of hit damage. Okay, what do we got? Onistar getting more momentum with that low. Okay, trying to get the, alright, we got the laser going on, Cyclops laser. Oh, and Onistar gets caught up in that spike thing. Oh, and it is one hit away. That is a major comeback from Onistar. Oh my, and this is set point for Onistar. If he can keep this going, he's off to grand finals. But gets grabbed right away. You know, that is not a good sign. This was not a good start to trying to get to grand finals. Looks like Seraph using the little item they got there to really mess up Onistar right here. Onistar tried to dive kick his way into another combo but misses. Maybe that was just the way to get in. I'm not quite sure. Alright, what else we got going on here? Alright. Both players using that little ice spiky thing to their advantage. Like I said, that thing works like the Goomba in Smash Bros. If I'm getting that name correct, I forgot. You know, I need to remind myself what names are the items in Smash Bros. It's been a minute since I played that game. Let's see what we got going on over here. Alright. Onistar with the lasers does not land. What will Seraph have to respond with that? Both players. Looks like both players are trying to play the distance game. Onistar getting that very close to making it to grand finals. And with a dive kick, he seals the deal. Onistar is going off to grand finals. Alright, GG's to both players. Alright, we are getting at it. We are starting grand finals. Game 1, round 1. We got Azutron dressed up as RoboCop Not the RoboCop in the movies, but a RoboCop. And we got, looks like Scrungo didn't go with one of those crazy costumes, just a regular Shiver Skull costumes. Alright. Oh man. Onistar getting an opening early on, and another opening with that dive kick, and another opening with that dive kick again, but now just watching. Put himself in the corner, but that ended up being a good thing, as he was able to reset the combo, and hopefully reset this bracket. Oh, but he gets canceled out of his Cyclops Super. Okay, let's see what Scrungo's got going on. Okay. And looks like, oh, it is not done. It is not done. Okay. Oh, but yes, he does close it out. Onistar taking the first round of first game. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. It looks like I'm not seeing the same setup Scrungo was using in losers and winners finals. You know, maybe he's expecting some sort of adaptation from Onistar. Okay. Let's see, dashing his way through the projectiles. Let's see. Scrungo putting up setups, making up some ways to space them out. Okay, what else we got going on here? Alright. Into a big super. Let's see if that'll pay off. Doesn't do a lot of chip damage, and that may leave him vulnerable for Scrungo's. Oh, and it does! It does. Scrungo takes round 2, game 1. Alright, let's see what we got going on over here. Scrungo sending out his army into the corner, which is very dangerous for Onistar. Oh, but he does make a mistake by putting out the super, and it did cost him. Not too much though, not too much damage is taken off. He does seem to bring it back despite his error right there. Let's see. Looks like Onistar is relying on that dive kick to get in. Will he get him? He does not. He does block it out of it. And that does not work in his favor. Oh, and Scrungo takes game 1 in the first game. Alright, let's see what Onistar has for his counter. He's thinking. You know, I've been seeing this guy thinking all throughout night. Looks like he's gotta go back to the... Oh, and he's gotta make sure the hazards are on. He doesn't want the same mistake treetrunkz made. Very unfortunate that happened. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. What stage is he thinking? What stage is he thinking? Where is he going? Where is he going? He's going with the boat stage. Counterpicking with the boats, causing massive confusion with Scrungo. Not sure how this will work, but I guess Onistar has some tricks up his sleeve. Okay, starting things off. Pretty good spacing from both these players. Catches him with the... Oh, but Scrungo finding a way to get the next on his side. Trying to make something happen here. Definitely trying to play the keep out game here, but Onistar has too many tools to hand side that keep out. That does not matter because Scrungo has his tools even when up close. That's definitely something that I like. Alright, what we got here? We got Scrungo out of the corner. Looks like Onistar could be up the collar. Scrungo takes his way out of it. Oh, this is super. He was not, and he's going to take some heavy damage there. Okay, is he going to continue playing the keep out game? No, he dashes in, uses his swords. But Onistar finds a way of opening, gets in, but gets caught up in one of the minions. Now the cannon's out. And Scrungo grabs and takes the first round. Okay. Let's keep things going. Let's keep things going here. No big setup starting off. They're still playing a neutral game. They're still trying to space each other out. Okay, Onistar with the corner pressure, trying to get things going here. Into the super. Very strangely angled super. It does take out some damage, but not a lot. Alright. Looks like Sprungo calling out his assist. But now getting the swords and burst out of Onistar's setup. Trying to get momentum on his end. Looks like he's got more setups, setting up the barrels, setting up the cannons. Onistar dodging all of it. Very good maneuvering from him. Alright. Finding an opening. Let's see what we got going on. Oh my goodness. I guess Onistar just a bit nervous about what's going on here. Let's see what he's got. Oh, one hit away. He's setting up the cannons. Is he going to play keep out or is he going to try to chip him away with his swords right here? Let's see what he's got. Onistar. Finding a way to open him up into the super. Is that going to kill? It does not kill. Okay, what do we got going on over here? So now they're in the neutral stage. Oh, going on with the super instead of building up. It does not work, and he gets grabbed. Oh, but it's still going. Oh, and Sprungo takes game 2. Sprungo takes game 2. Now, Onistar is saying, I thought it was going to kill. I thought it was going to kill too, but it did not. Okay, everyone here is surprised. Everyone here is very surprised. Oh, looks like Onistar once again trying to find a good stage to go with. I know the boxing stage is not fun to deal with, but it doesn't seem like he's been going to go with that one. Where's he gonna go? Where is Onistar gonna go is the question today to keep himself alive. He has decided on a stage. Alright, let's go. Game 3. This is match point for Sprungo. Onistar has his work cut out for him if he wants to win this. Gotta win 6 games in a row. Alright, avoiding all of his projectiles. Trying to find a way in. Still getting caught up in the swords. Sprungo calling out all of his assists and finding an opening with that. I don't know if that whiffed or if it was just minus. But did find an opening. Getting grabbed out of it. Alright, setting up more barrels, setting up more minions. Trying to cause trouble for Onistar. Okay. Onistar in the corner but gets burst out. Looks like he's no longer got that corner pressure. Let's see what we got going on here. Trying to find opening. Sprungo opens him up. Puts him into the lip, but oh my goodness, there's just too much going on here. I can't keep up. Oh my goodness. One game away from being at match point, and now Sprungo is at match point. Okay, let's see if he can close this thing out. What's he got going on? Nothing going to call up. A barrel does get released. He's just going to be playing it like this. Oh, he is calling out he is calling out his minions, and now going with the corner combo. Very quick setups right here. Is he going to close this out? He's very close to closing this out and taking this. Okay, got Onistar on the wall. It doesn't mean much for the character he's using. As he finds an opening, tries to get momentum back. Let's see if the super will hit. It does not. And that might cost him a lot. I don't know. Let's see. Oh my goodness, that did cost him a lot. Onistar is still in it. One hit away from loot from. Oh, and Sprungo does take it. Sprungo winning